to class today. I'm teacher Stella from South Africa. Our topic for today, we're going to discuss, it's basically based on an idiom. I like to include idioms in our open conversation. So yes, today is going to be a nice open conversation. We can practice with this topic, older and wiser. Okay, so we can start off. I'd like to know if any of you are familiar with this idiom, older and wiser. What do you think it actually means? Mayfam, what do you think?
Probably it means when we are getting older, our thought is more mature. So we analyze things and think as our age is catching up.
Yes, those are good words you used there. Analyzing, maturing. Yes, very nice. Good, good. Nice thoughts. Rosalba, what do you think?
Yeah, to me, this topic, older and wiser, reminds me a famous quotation I really like, which has become it has become a sort of life philosophy for me. Anyone who stops learning is old, whether they are 20 or 80. And I think it is really, really true, because if we continue to be curious, even when we are old, if we continue to be willing to learn new things, to live new experiences, I think our life is more meaningful, is more exciting, because we can keep our mind active. So
Absolutely.
it's never late to learn, even when we are old. And I think that it is related with to words like old and wisdom.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Rosalba. Absolutely. 100% agree with you. If we stay curious, yes, always learning. Very nice. Thank you, Rosalba. Very valid points there. Very
Thank
good.
you to you.
Abdul Kadir, what would you like to add on to that? What do you say?
Uh, yeah, actually, I agree with May and Rosalba, but I'd like to add something about being old and wiser. Yes, of course, people can be more knowledgeable, more experienced, and wiser when they get older. But maybe this process is not same for everyone. If you are not taking lessons from what you experienced, uh, you cannot gain this wisdom. And the important point is, uh, think about what you experience, think deeply, and try to learn something from them. And because, of course, life is a school, but like in every school, there are lazy students and hardworking students.
True,
And
true.
it is really quite possible to see that around us there are very immature people, even if they are very old.
Good, Abdul Kadir. So very nice. We're going to get into that a little bit later with our questions. So awesome. You've brought up some points. Very nice, because we're going to actually, dig a little deeper, with all the points that came out now, thank you to all of you. We're going to dig a little deeper. Absolutely. So what we want to do now is just go through we've got a little bank of vocabulary today, just a couple of words, useful vocabulary, and then we're going to get into our questions and into our conversation. Okay, so I thought we'd just include words like experience. Okay, so obviously with experience, what we experience, as we get older, we experience life. Maybe we do get a little bit wiser, maybe we don't. That we're going to talk about as we go along in the lesson. So yes, experience is one of our words today. We can use experience as a noun, okay, or we can also use it as a verb. So I've included 2 examples here where we can use it as a noun in the sense of when we look at the word, what it means. Experience refers to knowledge, skill, or events that someone has gone through, okay? So we can use it as a noun. And then we can also use it as a verb. For instance, what you feel, something that you've gone through as a verb. So the example there is as a noun. For example, he has extensive experience in marketing. Okay, so there we're using it as a noun. And then the second example, we can use it as a verb. For example, I experience joy when I help others. Okay, so there we can use the word in 2 ways, as a noun and a verb. And then also we can talk about experiences. Okay, so the example there is she experiences anxiety before exams. All right, so you can see in which context we're using the word. She experiences. So there again, we're using it as a verb. Okay. Experiencing. Okay. In this context, we're going to use it. I'm experiencing technical difficulties. Okay. Experienced, as in past. I experienced a life-changing moment. All right. So those are the different ways we can use the word experience. Okay. Experience, experiences, experiencing, and experienced. Okay. And the next word is generation. We talk about generations. We're referring to people sort of round about the same age within a society or within a particular family. Okay, that's our word there, generation. One of our idioms again, pay attention to. This is when we focus our mind on something or we are aware of something. Okay, for example, don't pay attention to the noise. All right, so you're being aware of something. All right. Our next word, wise. Okay, this we can use as an adjective. So wise, we can say they're having or showing the ability to make good judgments based on a deep understanding and experience of life. Okay, and then we can use it as an adverb, as in wisely, spend your money wisely, for example. All right, excellent. So the word wisdom, also now, wisdom is the integration of knowledge, experience, and deep understanding, applied thoughtfully to navigate life. All right, so there's our word, wisdom. Okay. Okay, excellent, everyone. There's a short little passage. Can I ask for a volunteer to read our little passage? And then once we've read this little passage, we're actually going to get into our questions and really get into the conversation. Okay, so thanks for all the volunteers. Thank you so much. I'm going to ask Nani Hanani, can you read the first bit? And then Francisco, or let me ask, okay, Francisco, you can read the second bit for us. Okay. So Hanani can start for the first paragraph, and then Francisco can read the second paragraph.
It is a common belief that people get wiser as they grow older. The idea that old age is the time of life when one becomes most wise has been around for centuries. But what's the reason behind this? It could be that wisdom is simply an age-old skill and that people learn more as they get older, or it could be something else entirely.
Good. Okay, Francisco.
According to some studies, it seems that this might be true. Older adults are more likely to show better decision-making skills and have a better understanding of their own personality traits and those of others people.
Thank you very much. Awesome. Thank you, Hanani and Francisco. So this is a very short little piece talking about a common belief. You know, it is common that most people believe that as you get older, you get wiser. But let's dig a little deeper. Is that really true? I know that when we started, there were some brilliant points brought out. Do we get wiser as we get older? So let's dig deeper. Let's look at question number 1. Let's look at the word wisdom. Okay. What does the word wisdom mean to you? I see Mohammed. Would you?
Yes,
Mohammed?
okay.
Thank you.
Yes, okay.
Awesome.
Yes, the word wisdom, this is for me like if someone has more experience in this life and can handle this problem by easily, can do everything simple and natural, don't make problem, don't make things complex, just make everything easily. This is someone is wise, like handle with everything wisely, just make everything simple. Just this is for
Okay.
me. So as I like, if you older, of course you have experience in your life, so you can handle with this simple because you passed this experience before.
Right.
Thank you for
Yes.
listening.
Thank you, Mohammed. Very nice. Thank you. Yes. Okay, good. Hanani, what do you say? What does the word wisdom mean to you?
Okay, for me, wisdom is to do the right thing in the right time, in the right way. And when you take a decision, take it based on using your mind instead of your emotions, using your previous knowledge and experiences to take a decision and taking into consideration all like different points before taking it, rather than being impulsive or rush in your decision. That's what's decision
Yes.
wisdom means to me.
Yes. Thank you, Hanani. Very good. Rosalba? Rosalba, can you hear us?
She's muted.
Just a
There we
moment.
go. Okay.
But the word wisdom reminds me, above all, experience, having experience, and learning from experiences, learning from our mistakes. And wisdom for me means patience. Listening to other people to understand them better, and a wise person is someone who understands life, who makes decisions with great responsibility, accepting to be responsible for the results, whether they are negative or positive. So for me, is above all based on experience.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Very nice. Thank you, Rosalba.
Thank you.
Very
too.
nice. Thank you. Ladi, hi there.
Hi, teacher
Welcome.
Stella.
Hi, how are
Welcome.
you?
I'm fine.
Welcome.
What about? Yeah, good.
Lovely.
Yeah, thank you. What about you? I think you asked about that word wisdom. I don't know how to pronounce
Wisdom.
wisdom. I think
Yes.
that when I hear about what you say or about the text, I think that means to have when you take any choice, you need to ask that one you have more experience from you. Have more experience than you. You ask him about what you do. For example, you have in my culture you have that person older than you or our grandparent. If I make any choice, I go to him and I discuss
Okay.
with him about what I am doing. Yeah,
Okay.
that they give
Good.
me yeah they give me opinion or something like that. Yeah, that is. Thank you so much for your listening.
Good. Yes, Ladi. Thank you. So you mentioned our older generations, hey? They can also play a great role in guiding the younger generations, hey, Ladi? When you go to people from an older, like you say, your grandparents or
Yeah,
from an older generation. Absolutely, eh? So yes, very good. Thanks, guys. Excellent.
yeah.
Very nice.
Sometimes it's not depend that person is older. Sometimes it's depend that person have more years with what you. For example, you have you want to you want to learn something about special things. You go into that person, you have that a lot of experience in this special. You're not going to your parents or something like that. It depends what you
Yes.
want. Yeah,
Right, right.
yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yes, good. So I like the fact that with each answer, there are two facets to this older and wiser topic. It's not just a straight black and white, you know, issue. This topic is very broad. I'm sure you all agree. There are so many facets to this topic. So, like we brought out before, it doesn't mean that you've grown older that you are wiser. It's not that black and white, eh? So excellent, because all the points that are coming out shows that there's so many aspects to this topic. Abdul Kadir?
Um, yes, everyone touched on very deep meanings of
Yes,
wisdom. Yes, everyone agrees that it's a big skill to take sound decisions, to understand life. Um and I'd like to add that uh, while you are getting older, you maybe accumulate your experiences, and these lessons you took from these experiences. You are using uh, all knowledge and all experiences to make these decisions and understand people. But I think wisdom is something more. Wise people can read between the lines and
right.
read people as well.
Yes,
Can
yes,
can see the hidden thing
yes,
about what is going on in the
yes.
world. Also,
Absolutely.
wise people can understand people better.
Yes. And don't you think that's the key? I think that's like one of the major keys is to understanding people. Do you all agree with that? What do you think? Ladi, what do you say?
Yeah, totally. I am totally agree what you say about understanding people and to have patience to listen for the people. Yes.
Yes, yes. So that was brought up before. Yes, patience, absolutely. Beautiful. Thank you. And
Excuse me, Stella, just a
yes,
moment.
Rosalba.
Unfortunately, I needed to go.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm really sorry because this is a very interesting topic.
Oh, thank you, Rosalba. I'm sorry that we're going to miss you.
See you next time.
Okay.
Bye.
Oh, thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Rosalba. Bye. See you next week.
Bye.
Oh, shame.
No,
Okay.
in this course, you need a resolver.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
But shame. Okay, we'll see Rosalba next week. Thanks, Rosalba. Thank you. Okay,
Yeah,
so
but
Mei Fong just
so,
wanted to say something. Sorry, let's allow Mei Fong to speak.
Okay. For me, vis wisdom is about the experiences and knowledge we obtain throughout our life. So those shape the way of our thinking, like how we consider something, we judge someone and make our decisions in life.
Absolutely, Mei Fong. 100% agree with you. Very nice. So there's so many aspects to this word, hey? Excellent. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's open question number 2. So there we go. We are just digging deeper. So the questions are going to kind of follow on. So with number 2, do we get wiser with age? We have touched on that. So we can also open question number 3. Do you listen to old people in a different way than to younger people?
I love
Do
number
we?
3.
Yeah. So what do you think? You guys can, you're welcome. Let's open 2 and 3 because it will bring out more points. So do we
Okay.
get wiser with age, or let's talk about it. You guys can include question number 2 and 3. Okay, so what do you think, Mei Fong, for number 3, you say?
Um, older people always say, you must listen to me. I eat more salt than you in my life. But then, yeah, most of the experiences they went through were true. At the same time, we need to modern up our life with the new knowledge. So sometimes we listen to them, and at the same time, we study the trend, and I suggest we make our decision. So
Yes,
not
yes.
100%, I would say.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Good, Mei Fong,
And
very nice.
young people could make another, they could have another method of thinking, but it works anyway.
I think, yes, I think what you mentioned there is very important. Different perspectives, hey?
Yeah, different
Uh,
perspective. You're right.
yes, yes, different perspectives. A person needs to be open to that, hey? Yeah, for sure. Nice, nice, Mei Fong. So, Penny, what do you say?
Okay, teacher. I think yes. Listen to older people different because they have more. I think life experience, and when they give me advice, I usually pay more attention because they may have gone through similar situation before. I think, but however, I don't think begin older always means begin with there because I believe everyone I think regardless of age can teach us something, I think.
Absolutely. Good answer there. I like that, Supedi. So having an open mind, yes, absolutely. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Supedi. Awesome. Hanani, what do you say?
So for the second question, no, I don't think it is necessary to get wiser with age because if you are repeating the same mistakes and you take the wrong decision, you have the same life you did in young ages, which is wrong. I don't think you are wiser. You are only when you realize your mistakes and make sure to not repeat them and use these experiences to have a better life, be in a different and a better position years before, and yeah, to use this knowledge and experiences in making better choices and decisions in your life. Otherwise, no, it is not necessary. You find sometimes you find younger people that are much wiser than those who are older. So old and the wisest are not associated. It depends on the person. It depends on their personality and their perspective on life.
Absolutely. Awesome. Great, Anani. You brought some beautiful points out. Thank you. Mohammed?
Yes. Okay. Do we get whether that? Yes, I agree with this because like I have a small proof. Like when I was a child or when I was in teenager, like I have problem. This problem is now if I thought about this problem, this is nothing. Like I have bad grade in this subject, I have bad grade in science, I have bad grade in math. So this is nothing. This is not a problem because my brain at this time like wasn't good. So now of course I get wiser, I became wiser. So if someone speak with me, if someone come from the future, or this someone is older than me and advise me now, you have to do this, you have to do this. Okay, actually I have to carry out, or I have to pay my attention to them because they wanted to help me and they have this experience. They pass this experience. Just if they travel to this place, they traveled before to this place and travel to bad place, but they didn't tell me the story. I traveled to bad place, just they tell me like briefly, this good place because this and this and this. So I have to listen to them carefully, actively. I have to carry out all of their plan because they will be more beneficial for me. So I have to pay my attention. I have pay their my attention more than younger people because my younger people like me, they have same experience.
I see
Thank
what
you
you're
for
saying.
listening. Yes,
Thank you,
thank you.
Mohammed.
Thank you.
Yes, I understand. I understand exactly what you're saying. Okay, very good, very good. Let's carry on. Louis, what do you say?
Hi, teacher.
Hi.
Yeah. Personally, the question number two, do you get wiser with age? Yeah, I think yes. Yes. Why? Because personally, I consider wise like the sum of experience of life that you have, fail,
Okay.
success, and patience for your life. And also, we take in consideration the advice that people give you, younger, like older people, and we live with that. And more you grow, more you have more experience, personal experience with life. And your
Yes.
fail, your success, your passion, the advice that we have teach you more. And more
Yes.
and more your age grow, more you gain experience and you become more wise. That's why in society, I think in certain age, some people, some company consider people like responsible here show the maturity of people or the wise that the people have, consider him like a person who is capable to keep that, to do that because he have more experience on life or more experience with area. And for the
Right.
question number two, in number three, you listen the older people different way than the younger people. I think personally, I take time to consider the both younger
Okay.
than all the people, but I consider more older people because for me they have more experience of life. And when they will recommend you, they will show you something, they will give you an advice. It's based on her experience, of life, failure or success, patient of anything. It's the reality. And when you try to observe with society, if you think it's good for you, you can put that in place. But even though if it's not the case for you, you just delete that. But most of the time for me, I keep that on my mind. If I can put that immediately, I keep that on my mind because I know that will be important to another time or another years, another day. And I like to listen the older people. I like to pass time with them, to discuss with them because I learn about life. I have not a lot of experience than her, but the fact that you pass time, you gain on your age also because you learn something that you don't know again. And the day that something will be here, yeah, you can make your failure or your success, but it's better for you because you have something to prepare you when the thing will happen. But for me, I think for age, we have not a specific age. You gain experience with age, with the reality of your life, your practice of life, the difficult that you find on your life, your fail, your success, your passion that you learn. That is my point of view about these two questions. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Louis. Very, very true, eh? So advice we can take from younger people, from older people, be open to it. You might not always use it, but it's there. It could be guiding you in a way, like you say, one day you will need that type of advice. Yes, good, Louis. Thank you. Abdul Kadir.
Okay, thank you, teacher, for giving the word. Yes,
Sure.
I like listen to old people, but not all of them, of course. For example, I usually pay attention to they have good articulation and respect to young people, or our maybe some kind of matching in our understandings. But usually I try to listen to them with patience, even if I don't like them. Because if I listen to an older family member, I can learn about the history of my family, and I can learn, the way they take care of each other and they deal with the problems, so that these knowledge can help me for the possible problems. I listen to an old elderly neighborhood to understand the history of my neighborhood and to see their approach to the events, so that I can use this for possible next, future problems.
Future, right. For future problems, like you say,
Yes,
something could come up, and then you remember some advice that somebody had given you in the past. Yes,
yes,
that might come in handy,
yes, really. That, of course, practical. Some solutions are more practical. Maybe you couldn't see the exit way, but
Yeah.
when you listen to an elderly person of your family or your neighbors, suddenly you can see the solution
Yeah.
unexpectedly. It is a kind
True.
of miracle sometimes.
Yes. Well, I've
Yes.
experienced that. You only see it
Me too.
years later, and it's like years sometimes when you realize, oh my goodness, now I understand what that person was trying to tell me. So
Yes,
sometimes they give us advice and we can't understand what they're talking about. We just don't get it. But like I've experienced maybe years later, then you see what they were talking about, eh? So
yes,
yes, so always be open to just listening. That is so true. Absolutely. Thank you, Abdul Kadir.
you're
So
welcome.
thank you. Ladi, what do you say?
No, just I think what my idea, what I want to say. I think Abdul he say everything. That I think about just my answer about this question. That you listen to the So you just see you listen to the older people than the more than younger people. I think that it depends. Sometimes it is about everything. To be careful about listening. If you're listening anyone, don't just make a choice without thinking about just if you, for example, sometimes you listen for older, but you do if you do what you take from them without thinking about is correct or is to help you or not. It depends when you're listening to be careful and thinking about what you heard, something like that. And that you're listening is depend. Sometimes the older people they don't know a lot of information about that thing is new. You need to going that sometimes the younger people he know more than the older people in that something is new or something some machine or some you see a lot of some that make the younger people now that they have more experience from them because the older people they know about the past, they know about they can give you the advice from the past because they take because they how to say that they have that experience in the past or something like that, but they don't know any information. You see, they don't know any information about the what is new or something like that. Or you see some older they don't want to know about that. They think what is clearly
Yes.
I think that main idea about you listening is just to be careful.
Yes.
If someone he give you some advice, practical advice that can help you, but it's
Yes.
just the word to take without I do that in the past and that helped me. No, I think that is depend to what your problem now and what is the problem in the past. That's my answer. Thank you so much for your listening. Thank you.
Absolutely, Ladi. Thank you. Very good points there. So, as I've said before, this topic, it's like it's not black and white. There are so many aspects because yes, we do maybe listen to older people and we do listen to their advice, but it's also how does it apply in your own life? As it was just brought out now, would that type of advice suit me now in my life? Would it be good for me to take this person's advice? So yeah, good points, guys. Thank you so much. Let's open up some more questions. I think number 4 is sort of like it follows on. So you guys can either answer number 4 or we can carry on number 5. And we've also discussed, can young people be wise? Okay. So let's just continue with our conversation. Let's keep it rolling. So let's keep 4, 5, 4 and 5. Mei Fong, what do you say?
Can you read one of the questions?
Sorry, number 4 is, do you think people's opinions are more valid the older they are? That's number 4. And then what do you think it means to be wise?
Mm, do you think the opinion of someone is valid the older they are?
Yeah,
Oh,
like do you think people's
I
opinions are more valid because they're older? So just because you're older, what do
uh
you think?
well, we always hear people say that we must listen to old people. But
Yeah,
for me, some old people can be, I wouldn't say nasty, or sometimes they can be
yeah,
cranky
you're
sometimes.
right.
So it depends on who the person is and what they
Mm,
told you anyway.
exactly.
It doesn't mean
Yeah.
that just because you're old, I have to listen to you. No, that's not the case. So, even if they are someone professional or they have they went through many experiences in their life, sometimes they might get out of their mind a little.
Mm,
So
yeah.
think.
Yeah. So
Use
it's
our
it's
brain.
Yeah, I agree with you because it's not always, what they are telling you isn't always valid. So, yeah,
Mm.
I agree with
And
you
it's
there.
so about the emotion.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
sometimes everyone has emotion. So, and agree with me when I say sometimes we decide something based on our emotion.
Mhm.
So not 100% our advice or our opinions are valid.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you,
Yeah.
Meifang. Good. I love that answer. It opened up more, more on the topic there. Very good. So, Sapedi, we can carry on with question 4 or question 5. I'm just going to start opening up all the questions.
Yes, teacher. I prefer first one ask question number 5. What do you think its meaning ways? I think beginning ways means knowing how to deal with life and people. I think a wise person doesn't always try to be right, and they listen to other, learn from their mistakes, and think carefully before making important decisions.
Very nice.
And the other things, do you think people's opinions, number 4, for me, not necessarily. I think age can give people more experience, but it doesn't automatically make their opinion more valid, because it depends on the person's knowledge, experience, and ability to understand different propositions. And I think sometimes young people can have very good ideas too, I think.
Yes, yes. So we mustn't be closed-minded and say, "Oh, but you're young. What do you know?" You
Yeah,
know, hey,
exactly. Yeah.
Sapedi? Because a lot of young people, I mean, I think I love to listen to young people because they've got different ideas that have helped me to look at life a little differently and think, oh my goodness, I've never looked at it that way. And it just
Yeah.
opens another path of
Mm.
making maybe a different decision, doing things a little differently, maybe a little easier. Hey?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you, Sapedi. Very nice. Okay, awesome. So, Mohammed, what do you say?
Yes, okay. Like the first thing, like I look of this person who is older than me. If this person has has reached a milestone in their life, have achieved success in their life, of course I'll listen carefully and I'll do like them because they simply they did what I want to do in my future. Like so, I hope if they could guide me in my life. This like what this like if I in the gym and I have power and I have energy and I stay jump around, I stayed run around machines, but like I don't know what should I do. And after that, I didn't found muscle. I didn't build my body because no one guide me. But if I went to the person who achieved success and built their body, okay, he will they will be more beneficial for me. But this is my opinion. And
Yes.
second, yes, and wise to be wise to like to handle with everything but simple way. No problem. Handle with problem to be benefit to people to help them to solve the problem to understand them, to listen more to them. This means to be wise, for my opinion. Thank you.
Yes, yes, absolutely, Mohammed. So there's two words I got there from you is guidance. Guidance is also very important, yes. And listening, just taking in what that person is saying. We might not necessarily use their advice, but listening, just taking it in, eh? Very important. Good. Very good. Okay, so
Thank you.
thank you, Mohammed. So we'll open more questions, but I just want to hear from Hanani.
Yeah, for the fourth question, I
Yes.
think yes, it is true. Not always, but most of the time, because older people they have encountered and met with different type of people, which give them experience in
Mm,
knowing people and knowing their real personality. They don't judge people only based on, uh, I mean, their outlook or just from one encounter or one conversation, like the young generation. No, they as if they are experienced in reading certain hints that we don't see, which their experience in dealing with the different type of people gave them, so they know uh, which type of person this person is, even if they fake their actions or they fake their personality when they talk with people. So I think this is the reason why their opinion about people's personality or opinions is correct most of the time because they dealt with different type of them. They are uh, they have the knowledge, they have the experience in giving correct opinions. As I said, most of the time, not necessarily always. And what does wise mean to me is to be patient. The first thing, patient in taking judgment, taking patient in taking before doing certain thing, patient when you having a problem or taking a decision. And the second thing is to not to think deeper, not judge anything based on what you see, but what is behind it, what is beneath, what is between lines, and things that you don't see. Take your time to read
mm.
and look for these hidden things before doing anything or take a step in your life. This is what be wise mean to me.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Nani. Taking your time, not being too impulsive, digging a little deeper, hey? Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Nani. Okay, awesome. So what we're going to do is just going to jump ahead a little bit because I think we've covered most of those questions from 6, 7. So I'm going to jump to 8. So when we speak about experience in life, I think let's ask this question. Can someone be wise without having gone through many experiences? I saw Laddie's hand up.
Yeah, sorry.
Laddie,
You know,
would you like to answer number 8? Thanks.
yeah, I think so that's just I have some comment, but I can skip this comment and go to the question number 8. Thank you so much. Can can someone be wise without having gone through many experience? I think that wise depend that experience. Depend that experience he live. He do that. He do a lot of things and he take a lot of things from this experience. I think so, is wise is came from that experience because if you don't try anything, you can't advise anyone about that thing you don't try because is I think the life is about you learn about your mistake. Yeah,
Yes.
that's and and give that advice about for other for escape that mistake you learn about. If you say I think so that's I think so you if you do anything you try and you try but and you take a lot and the next one you don't do all the same mistake that give you that experience you can give that person yeah can
Yes.
give that person to benefit the time and don't do the same mistake. I think that's my answer. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Laddie. So repeating the same mistakes over and over again, eh? So like you say, not necessarily you haven't got a lot of experience, but the experience that you do have, if it was a bad one, the thing is, do you learn? Do you learn and move on from that experience? Are we learning from our experiences and actually trying to better our next experience? Okay, so that's something to think about, hey, Ladi?
Yeah, no, you learn about mistake. That's the life for anyone. Everyone will learn
Yeah,
about the mistake and
yeah,
give the others. If you see that that's life in generation. Every generation will learn from the past. From the mistake of the
right.
past and continue. The life. That is the life. You learn. If you want to be if you want to be how to say that, if you want to advance, you need to learn about from the mistake for the past generation.
Yes,
Because you benefit the time if you learn from that. But if you go in the same way without learning about the past mistake, I think that's make everything difficult. Yeah.
yeah,
Sometime, I have some comment about advice. Sometime advice came from the stupid. You see, uh, the stupid. I don't know if I say the word correctly, but sometime you have someone he didn't have anything, but he can give you that advice in the correct time.
yes,
It's
yes,
depend. It's depend. Advice is not always from the experience. Advice sometimes came from someone he didn't. It depend the time and it depend the moment. Yeah,
right, right. I agree with that. Yes, definitely.
yeah,
I agree with that.
yeah.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Ladi.
much.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, awesome. So, Louis, what do you say?
Okay, thank you, teacher. This is a
Sure.
good, interesting question. I like this question because it's my opinion. I think I don't take a general point of view. I take just my personal opinion. I think it's possible to be wise without experience. Why can I say that? Because for me, I think uh, wise didn't depend immediately about experience. One example that I take is the fact that it's not just a human experience with human on life. We teach someone. We have observation. I think why start by listening and observation? Why can I say that? You take time to observe the nature, to observe the life. All the things teach you. All the things teach you. How this season is summer. This is experience of life. You have not someone who is not here to make mistake about you to know that, but your observation of life give you impression how the time is changed. I think now it's summer. Now, why is not just the fact that you have big experience, that you have fair, you have success, but it's also your level of listening, your level of observation. We give you the first step of that you can take a good choice for you. If I have chance, for example, to know something and I make a bad choice, that give me my first experience, my first view of things. Now that
Yes,
become experience, step is the fact that you listen, that you have a good observation, and that give you the choice to make a good choice or bad choice, to know something and to know, oh, if I put my hand on fire, that will burn me. I can use that because fire is dangerous for me. You have your experience. Wise come with the level with each day you have a life, because I think when people speak about life, I think it's just contact with human experience with society, human society, but that take hold around us, like vegetable, like animal, like human, like you, your observation of life, observation of society, how the world go, how the world stay. But yeah, that didn't depend exclusively about your experience of life, but that start by listening, observation, and that grow little by little. But it's the growing of your life will become a really experience, because your failure teach you, your success teach you, your observation of life, of experience to other people also. The
yeah,
patient become more or stable, because if you take a younger people, and the old people, they have not a same experience with patient. We have someone, we want something quickly, we have another, we know more you go, the slowly or the little result give the bigger result. With a younger people, you want immediately. I start to do that and I have that. But we have also exception when you find a younger people will think differently, older people will think also differently. But yeah, all of these give you the new knowledge or grow with you. And now we can speak about experience. But if you can just fix that on someone, like something like my experience, for example, with contact, discuss with someone, advice of someone, but you pass handle a lot of things because you've taken part contact with human, contact with society, contact with nature, observation, listening. And I have one example that I say people when I speak with my little sister is the fact that I say him, when someone call you, don't say no immediately because the most important is to listen the message first. This is why start the fact that you listen. You can refuse after listening the message. If the proposition is not good for you, now you can say no. But if you say no before to listen, you can pass out a good opportunity on your life. And now we can say you are not wise because you don't take time to listen the message. But the fact that you take time, that give you all knowledge to take the good decision for you. Yeah, that's one more thing that I want just to give about my opinion of this question. Thank you, teacher.
Awesome, Luke. Thank you. Okay, awesome. There was a lot said there, but I think at the end of the day, it is definitely about application. What we do with our experiences. Application is very important. Are we going to learn from that experience, whether it was good or bad? Okay, yes, definitely. Sapedi?
Okay, teacher. For me, I think so. Experience is important, but I don't not think you need to experience everything yourself to be wise. Because you can learn from other people's experience, listen to their
Yes.
advice, and think deeply about different situation. Yeah, this is my opinion.
Yes, that's true. You don't have to go through a bad experience if you've actually received the advice from somebody who's already been there. You could maybe avoid heartache, for instance.
Yeah,
Yes,
yes, exactly.
true, very true. Thank you, Sapedi. Mayfang?
All right. It could be possible even someone didn't go through much life experiences. So in some cases, people love listening to others' life journey, and probably they also study some skill or knowledge. So when we ask them something, they would be able to give us some advice or teach us something on that particular matter. Although it is not 100% accurate, it's still valid, I believe.
Yes, I agree with you there.
So,
You might not
yeah.
always take everything they're saying to heart or use it, but it's nice to just hear their perspective and then sort of apply it to what you want to do in your life, you know.
So,
I
yeah.
saw Rita's hand up there. Sorry, we're running out of time, but I'd like to hear from Rita. Rita, can you hear us?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Hi there. I saw your hand there. Sorry, Rita. Would you like to add in there?
I think, yes, it a certain extent a person can acquire wisdom by observing and learning from the experiences and mistakes of others or through deep self-reflection. However, experience irreversibly. The true practical wisdom is forged through personality and errors. while young or experienced individuals can make sound judgment calls, overcoming real life challenge.
Yes.
As
Yes.
I learned,
Awesome.
this my point of view.
Awesome. Thank you, Rita. So wonderful. Thank you very much. So self-reflection, hey? Very nice. Awesome. That's another point. But okay, I just want to hear from Laddie as well. Laddie will be our last person today because we've actually run out of time. Laddie, what would you like to add?
I think so. I don't have anything, so, but I just
Okay.
the last question I answer is about to talk about the wise. Yeah, I give my opinion about this question,
Okay.
and
Okay.
thank you so much. I think the time is over.
Yes.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, we've run out of time, but I just saw your hand up. So, okay, awesome. Thanks, Laddie. So I just want to say thank you to everybody today. It was a very interesting discussion, so yeah, awesome. Everybody, I think most of the issue, well, the topic was covered in so many aspects. So what we can conclude today when it comes to being older and wiser, it's not a black and white subject. As we've learned today, we're not necessarily wiser as we get older. So definitely what we do with our experience, what we learn from our experience, and how we move
Yes.
forward with that experience is what counts. So I
Yeah.
think that's what could make us wise, is how we react, what we do with that experience, and move forward, eh?
Yes.
Okay. So thank
Yeah.
you, everybody. It was an
Thank you
awesome
so
class
much.
today. Oh, thanks, guys.
I think that the big lesson for today is to be good listener. Yeah. Thank you so
Absolutely,
much.
eh? Oh,
Thank you.
thank you,
Thank you so
Laddie.
much.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Thanks,
Thank
Laddie.
you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
you.
guys.
teacher.
Have a
Good
nice
night.
day.
Thanks, everybody.
I love
Take
your
care.
smile. Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you. Thank you. Keep well, everybody. See you next week.
See you.
Enjoy
Thank
the
you so
day. Thanks, guys.